2017 was a shitty year. If you weren't a gamer, that is. On the serious side, though, a lot of good games came out this year, and we're going to talk about them.
2017.
So you can consider this the 2017 Last Slice of Pizza Gaming Awards. Austin,
It's a shame
edit,
we're recording it in January 2nd.
edit an intro right here. Wait, see, if anything, it makes sense to do it in January because 2017 is already over. What if the best game came out on the 31st? It wouldn't be part of any award shows.
Just like how the best meme came out in 2017.
Hang on, Richard. If you want me to put an intro, I will do it on the condition that you use the program to edit together an intro and render it yourself and send it to me.
Fuck yeah, I'll make it like a 2006 YouTube AMV.
Oh, that's even better.
But anyway.
So yeah, you got a deal. Enter the intro. Now let's go.
No.
The Last Slice of Pizza 2017 Gaming Awards.
Let's just talk about the video games.
Okay. So we're gonna go. I guess we're gonna go with the typical round table, which we do for all of our other discussion videos, where we talk about the best games that we played in 2017, the worst games that we played in 2017, and the most disappointing games of 2017.
All right. So do you want to start on a start on a bad note, end on a good note,
Yeah,
or
let's start on bad note, end on good note.
All right, who's going first?
Okay, I got it. Worst game of 2017, fucking Battlefront 2.
That is not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. Do you own the game?
I played it with my buddy. It's not a bad game. It's just everything behind it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, everything from the microtransactions to the PR behind it to I hear the single player campaign is just completely shallow.
It's weird. It's more better word.
Which is funny because the standards of licensed video games these days are becoming higher and higher. So it's just, I think it's just striking how, of all IPs that they're messing up the games on now, Star Wars, out of all of them, should be the one that should be getting the most attention and care. But too bad it's EA.
I'm telling you, 2017 is the year of AAA shovelware. I mean, look at fucking Andromeda. Have you seen Mass Effect Andromeda? That came out in 2017.
You want
Looks
AAA?
like it came out in 2011.
You want AAA shovelware? How about Mario and Rabbids?
That is not shovelware. I will.
If it's your best game of 20, you know what? Fine. It's fine if it's not shovelware. If it's your best game of 2017, I will quit this channel right now.
It's not. It's still
Okay,
a really good
Austin,
game.
Austin shaking his boots now.
No, insert that one picture of Sonic with a rag here.
Mario and Rabbids was a very good game, though.
Yeah, sure.
If you're
It
gay.
was. You didn't play it. How would you know?
Because I'm not gay. So my best game of 2017.
No, that's not how we're doing it.
No, because then either me or Austin
Richard,
talk about our worst games.
All right, well, hurry up.
No, Austin, you go,
No.
because I wanna. I have a lot. Well, I don't have a lot to say about mine, but I just want to save mine for last.
Okay. My worst game, and keep in mind, I'm not gonna go for any like the obvious microtransaction ones, because there's a lot of things like that.
Even though they deserve it.
But in my own personal opinion, the worst game to come out this year was Yooka-Laylee.
Did Yooka-Laylee come out 2017?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I thought it came out late last year. I'm gonna look this up right now.
That game's just boring. That's all.
It came out 2017.
April.
It came out in April. That's how long
Okay,
the
yeah,
couple
that's
of
right.
games this year has been. It came out
Right.
in April. So I am a big fan of like the Banjo-Kazooie Rare-esque games. And there's a lot of that in Yooka-Laylee. It's so much like that but at the same time, it feels like going back into the 90s and playing a game. It just looks
In a bad way.
cleaner, and especially it doesn't help that it took a good long time for them to actually make the game.
Yeah, wasn't it kickstarted
Fun
in
to
like
play.
2013?
Well, yeah, I'm not even talking about just make the game. I'm talking about after release, they had to patch it to fix, because it was chock full of problems and frames.
How is it? How is it post patch? How is it post patch?
It's a lot better post patch, but it's still not. It's not amazing. It's a really polarizing game because a lot of people love it, but I'm definitely in the camp of it's not very good. It's also really disappointing, but it's not my most disappointing.
You see, I just think I think it deserves the award of most annoying game of 2017 because, oh my god, how do the voices in Banjo-Kazooie sound so charming, but the voices in Yooka-Laylee are the most ear-rapey thing ever.
But the voices in Banjo-Kazooie sound annoying too.
Yeah, but they're significantly
like them.
worse than Yooka-Laylee.
The thing is,
significantly worse.
you know, the thing is, I think they're louder in Yooka-Laylee, honestly. Obnoxiously
But
loud.
there's just a lot of gameplay issues with Yooka-Laylee that I do not
Right.
enjoy. And
Is the camera as bad as people say?
it's pretty bad. Again, it
Which
feels
is
like
pretty-
it feels like
that's insulting at this point.
it feels like they went back into the 90s, made the game, waited 20 years, made the graphics look clean and HD, and released it. Like, it feels like it should have been a step up from from the way Rare used to make games. You'd think it would be a step up better than something like Banjo or Conquer or something of that measure in terms of how it plays, but no, it feels just as bad, if not worse. And in the same year that a game like A Hat in Time came out, there's no excuse for that.
Yeah, especially given the fact that both of the games are technically indie Kickstarters.
Yeah, they're both indie Kickstarter 3D platformer collectathons. There's no excuse that Yooka-Laylee is as bad and janky as it is.
Yeah, and especially with Hat in Time, it's really not riding on any sort of like previous like series or anything. It's not like nostalgia hoarding, other than the fact that it's a 3D platformer in the year 2017. We don't have many of those. Yooka-Laylee was directly trying to be Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, but I will say one thing, in that I don't think the game is garbage. I do not think it is outright a terrible game. It's just that's a real testament to how good this year has been for games.
Would you say that if I find the game for $15 on PSN, I should try it out?
Who cares?
Good answer. Good answer. All right. So I did not play many bad games in 2017, if any bad games in 2017. But the one game that stood out to me the most, where I played it and I was just so mind-numbingly I felt like my brain turned to stone after I played that game. And Austin, I know you gave it to me as for Christmas as a joke, but Bubsy the Woolly Strikes Back was so mediocre and uninspired and dull and generic and boring and short, and it costs way too much for the content that you get. It only takes like a little over an hour to beat, which for $20 is honestly pretty insulting. And there's not really much to come back to either. What are you going to do, collect the yarn? Yeah, sure. Collect the yarn. Do that. And the thing is, I don't hate, especially after playing this game, I don't think Bubsy is a bad character. There is under all of the uninspired design that the Woolly Strikes Back has, there is a good game, because the mechanics that are in place, with like the pouncing ability and the double jump and gliding ability, to even Bubsy's so not funny they're funny quips. There is something to be had in the Wooly Strikes Back, but it just isn't there. If you play this game all in one sitting, which I didn't do, I played it in 2 sittings, oh boy, you will feel nothing. You will feel nothing in your heart. You will feel nothing in your soul. You will just want all the time that you lost to that game back. That is all you want. Especially since I played it, once I first started playing the game, I actually tried to go for all the yarn balls. And then I realized that there are over 700 yarn balls in each stage, and you don't even get anything besides a trophy for collecting them all. So then you just go through these bland-ass stages, which if you like take away all the graphics, they're designed exactly the fucking same. On top of bosses that take way too long to actually reveal their weak point. Bosses can like take up to like 10 minutes with all, and especially since Bubsy only dies in 1 hit, it can take an ungodly amount of time to even fight these bosses. And even still, the game is only over an hour long. Just don't buy Bubsy. Don't buy it for $20. Don't buy it for $10. Buy it for $5 if you're really that curious to see how a Bubsy game in the year 2017
Do it for the
would play.
meme.
No, not even for the meme, because I chuckled once, maybe twice at Bubsy's one-liners, and that's it. It's the NyQuil of fucking video games. It just makes you numb and sleepy.
All right, Richard, shut the fuck up. Time for the rant.
Alright, are we doing most disappointing now?
Disappointing, right?
Persona 5 is not as good as Persona 4 or 3 in most ways, and now Richard,
Whoa, hold up. I understand not as good as Persona 4, or at least Persona 4 Golden, but Persona 3?
no,
you
the
played
aspects of it, I'm getting there. Persona 3 had a very good setting, and I feel its characters were not very focused. But because of its lack of characters, Persona 3's story, not just how edgy it was, like its actual progression in the story, was great. Everything I did felt like I was getting towards something. The concept, the overarching concept of death. The overarching concept of death is pronounced constantly throughout Persona 3 and redemption. In Persona 4, it was more about the characters, because every boss, there was no real boss. Like in Persona 3, they were all just random monsters. Well, really big random monsters that all had something to do with the turrets, the turret cards they were. In Persona 4, the bosses, not counting the killer, or the god at the end, gods at the end, are all shadow forms of the characters, which are their deepest, darkest fears reincarnated. So they obviously, because of that, have to create very good characters to have dark sides. You know, if the characters weren't as engaging as they were, the villains, and by extension the entire game, would be shot in the ass. So, Persona 5 tries to have the pacing of Persona 4, where every enemy is a human and has some kind of aspect to them, a character to them, but tries to have the somewhat darker tone of Persona 3. Except it doesn't do that at all. This game is Persona 4, but doesn't have as good a story as 3, and not as good as characters as 4. So what do you get? A really not as good version of Persona 4 with different characters. That's it. The characters, the problem with the characters, all of them, but I'm going to single out the teammates. In Persona 4, when you save Yosuke, you figure out his problem and he accepts his problem. But he only accepts the first stage of that problem. By helping him through his social links, he starts to understand who he truly is. In fact, I think Yosuke is the best example, because later in his social link, it's revealed that even though you've been helping him throughout this time of understanding who he is, he still resents you for being the really big cool guy that he wants to be. And you have that dynamic of, even though he is still your best friend and his, your advisor, your second banana, he's still always, craving to be the main character, even though he knows he can or won't and doesn't want to be, or that he shouldn't be is a better way of saying it. In Persona, so their shadow, and when they confront their shadow, it only can get better. They just evolve. Kanji, the only character I would consider bad would be Chie, because I don't really think her character really goes anywhere. I mean, it does, but in comparison to everyone else, I don't think that's good. When you get to Persona 5, Richard, I think your mother wants you.
No, my mom's just yelling at the dog in general.
Okay, good.
Just
I'm
like,
gonna stop.
just like how I'm about to yell at you.
Okay, good, because I'm not done yet. When you get to Persona 5, take Ryuji, right? He gets his knee broken by Kamoshida because he talked back to him. When you defeat Kamoshida, his personal resolve is already over.
Spoilers, by the
The
way.
rest, who gives a shit?
Just
The
gonna
rest,
throw it
the
out.
rest.
It's not like the game has been out for over a year now.
Yeah, but people still get mad.
Oh my
God, Aerith
dies in Final Fantasy VII. Spoilers. Oh my god.
Sonic dies in Sonic Boom.
Tails dies in some
Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's
That's a spoiler that came out this year. Stop. Anyway, so back. See, now you made me lose. Now I gotta restart my rant. No.
Something about Ryuji breaking his leg.
Right. So Ryuji gets his leg broken by Kamoshida, but then you beat Kamoshida. So what's his social link left to do? Well, it talks about his character, but his character's boring. That's the problem. In Persona 4, it was all about evolving as a character. No character in Persona 5. No character evolves in Persona 5. None. Except for maybe Haru. Yeah, how if you do her social link or your confidant, whatever the fuck it's called.
There is social link.
Yeah. She feels as if, and rightfully so, the corporate board of her business doesn't trust her. And throughout her social link, she becomes more mature and more I don't want to say demanding. She puts her foot down more. She asserts herself more into her own business, which is that's growth in a character. When you first meet Yusuke and you end his dungeon, that is his character arc. The rest of Yosuke's character arc is him finding his painting talent again. But that's not really character development. When I watch Yosuke, Chie, whoever, even Chie, when I watch their social link from beginning to end, I feel as if I'm watching a character grow. When I watch Yusuke trying to paint a fucking picture, I feel like I'm watching a really funny anime. It's funnily written, I'll give it that, but it's not progression. Then you have other social links like Ann's, which mean nothing. Ann had so much potential with Shiho killing herself, almost killing herself. She has this feeling that she wants to get back at Kamoshida, and she does. And then what? Well, she wants to be strong and, okay, here's the best example. She wants to be strong for Shiho, so she wants to be a very slutty idol. Okay, whatever you say, Ann, do whatever you want. And then, okay, you know what the worst part is? I compare her to Rise. Rise, you first meet her as like this airhead, and she kind of still keeps that through her character, but by the end of the social link, she almost drops that entirely. Ann is an airhead through the entire fucking social link. All of the good social link answers are just like agreeing with her and being a yes man. No one ever fucking evolves. The only thing I'll give Persona 5 over any other game is it's not the final boss isn't as enticing as Persona 3, but I like how you beat him. I think it's the best killing of the final boss in the game.
Oh yeah,
the
definitely.
twist with who, I call him Narlathep because that's who he is, but I won't say who he's impersonating. That whole thing, that was great.
Yeah.
The final boss is the human final boss is fucking stupid. He comes out of almost nowhere. The first time you see him normally, you're like, oh my god, are you seriously telling me this is gonna be the final boss? It's like extremely obvious. The quote unquote twist with that guy.
Son.
No, not that twist. The pancake twist, which is the most obvious fucking thing ever.
Oh, that.
Not good.
Yeah, it
So
is.
boring. That is the most. And the best.
I did catch that at first.
Okay, everyone, for the next 3 minutes, block your mic because I have to spoil this. This is the dumbest thing ever. He tries to kill you. he shoots your double in the head, and then he sacrifices himself for you. No, fuck that. I don't care. That's bullshit. That's fucking stupid.
Mm.
Again, and
How was there even a double in the face?
it's Blank's like perception of him or some bullshit. Okay, and that's another thing. This game just throws shit at you that doesn't make any sense. They established that every Persona game is a certain way you get your Persona. In 5, it's you have to be like pushed, which is kind of like Persona 1. They don't really explain it; they just happen. And then Futaba just gets your Persona, just like Persona 4, because fuck you, we ran out of time.
Well, they
And then
take place.
Shut up!
Take place in the same universe.
Haru summons half of her Persona. Explain that to me.
Yeah, I don't
They
get that
directly say they explain
will-
half of her Persona.
I will
That makes no fucking sense.
I will disagree with you on the Futaba thing, because I'd like to think there are just multiple different ways to summon your Persona in the world, and
So theoretically,
the
all the
only-
characters.
I
Go ahead.
like theoretically everyone could have summoned their Persona that way. It's just the only one who needed to was Futaba. The Haru thing makes no sense though. I don't know about that one.
Yeah, what the fuck was going on there? Another thing I think, it's funny. I remember I said this at the lunch table to you guys, and it's so true nowadays. Before it came out, I remember talking to you guys that I think they're gonna blow their load with the style, and nothing else is gonna get attention. And I was right. Wow, look at Joker put his foot on the menus card. That's cool the second time. And I just ignore it every other time. Look at the cool transition of loading screens that I don't give a shit about. And then you get the music, which is in no way bad. It's just the entire. Okay, here's the entire game summed up. It's not as good as 4. I love the credits theme. I love Our Beginning, which is the true final boss music, not Yao but Bath.
Price is a
but
really
the actual
good song.
Price is great. I love The Days My Mother's Was There, which is tied for my favorite song in the game next to Freedom and Security, because it sounds so much like a Shin Megami Tensei song, like old school Shin Megami Tensei 3, which I fucking love. I love that style. It's hard to explain what that style is, but that you listen to those songs, that is definitely Shoji Meguro's style for Shin Megami Tensei, and I love it. Yeah, so, I mean, like, if anyone, I would definitely say that if you want to get in the Persona series, play 5, because it is the best starting point. I absolutely agree with you on that, but I can only hope to God you go back and play 4. Like, if you don't want to play 3 because of the bullshit mechanics of it, I can understand that, but please go play Persona 4 if you play Persona 5. It's 5, but with better characters and a better story, so,
Alright.
Okay, are you done?
yeah.
Okay.
All right. If I could, no.
You go.
If I could,
You go first.
if I could just defend Persona 5 for a brief moment. I'm sure that all the stuff you said about the story is everything you said about the story. I pretty much agree with. I don't like the BS pancake plot twist. I think that some of the characters are more
Wait, hold
shallow
on,
than
sorry.
others.
Can I just point out that these two motherfuckers didn't get that. They both got to the pancake part, and I mentioned it to them. They're like, "Oh, I would have never known that was the twist, or that was the bad guy if you didn't tell me." It's extremely fucking obvious. They straight up say it to you.
I
The
thought
pancake
it just
comment.
meant that he was gonna be a party member, and then he became a party member, so I
It's
thought it
fucking-
made sense.
I figured.
It's
No,
the most obvious thing.
You know what? You know what would have given it away to me? Then all the promotional artwork. You see Akechi in some shots of all the Phantom Thieves, and not in others.
No, you know what was crazy? Honestly, there's a scene. The scene when you go, I'll say this for spoiler talk, missing, right? When you're gone, there's all the characters are like, oh my god, he's gone, right? I honestly thought that Ryuji was the traitor for one reason. He smiles and says, "We got him." I thought he was talking about the persona of character. I thought he was talking about the main character. And then when I told that to my buddy, he's like, "Dude, he's like the bro character. Why would he betray you?" Honestly, I fucking hate Ryuji because every conversation that has him in it is written like this: Start with Ryuji almost giving us away as a Phantom Thieves. I want to be a Phantom Thief. We should go loud and public about us being the Phantom Thieves. Shut up, Ryuji. End the conversation. That is every conversation in the game spelled out to you. He has such a lust to like say how high and mighty he is and how they should be, hailed as heroes. I thought that would have been a fucking twist. Wouldn't that be such a twist if the bro character was revealed to be the traitor? I thought that would have been. That is way better. No. Okay, but don't deny that's better than the pancake.
No, I honestly would prefer the.
Get the.
All right. Well, let's calm down the fighting and move on.
Just no.
Oh no way! I always thought Ryuji's character was always looking out for himself, even through his social link.
No. But if I could get back on my defense of Persona 5, I think the music is still super good. I think that this style completely trumps both Persona 3 and Persona 4.
Absolutely.
I think that the turn-based combat is significantly smoother with all of the like baton passing and the fact that you can switch out your party members in battle if given the social links. I think doing the social links has way more impact than both 3 and 4 did, when all you would get is just boosts to your Persona fusions. Also, not only that, you have more options when fusing Personas as well. So I think gameplay-wise, it's a tad bit of a step up from Persona 4. Is it better or worse than Persona 4? It kind of just depends what I'm in the mood for. But saying it's a disappointment, I think, is selling it a bit short.
I would agree with you with the style aspect of it. I don't agree with the some additions felt weird, like the gun. Like I like the addition of the gun.
Let the man speak.
Alright, this is the final thing. Okay. Everyone was fucking up in arms, in good arms, like they were all happy about the gun mechanic, because it was coming back from Persona 1. But it's just a glorified version of the piercing and other things for Persona 3. Like, there were so many things I feel like they put in just for, like, wow factor, and it didn't go anywhere. Okay, your turn.
Wait,
I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, I'm sorry. Before you guys shit on me, I'll end it with this. It's not a bad game. It is nowhere near a bad game. This game is a 9 out of 10 for me. I absolutely will say that. But that does not mean it's better than Persona 4. 9 out of 10. Absolutely.
Again, for me, it's just wherever I'm in the mood. They're both really great games. I'll play either of them.
Okay, your turn.
So, most disappointing game? Me? Go now?
Yes.
Right now?
Go.
Okay.
Sonic
I guess
Mania. I knew it.
You see, if I hadn't played Bubsy this year, this would probably also be my worst game, because again, I didn't really play any bad games. Sonic Forces was so shallow and dull and
can we move
linear
on?
and just there. Classic Sonic controls like absolute crap. The controls of modern Sonic have been completely just wiped out from what was in Generations and completely struck it from the ground up. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think the acceleration is way too high.
Granted, he didn't control very well in Generations.
Oh, no. I completely disagree. I thought it was wonderful in Generations.
Oh, no,
sure, he could have been better. In my opinion, I would rather have the adventure-style controls. But at this point, I've just come to terms with never going to get that shit ever again. And this is just the best we're going to get. So, and the Avatar stuff is just, I would have been into that if I was in 6th grade, but I'm not anymore. So, there is a good game in Sonic Forces. I won't say that I didn't have fun with it, because I did. But as a follow-up to one of the best 3D games in this entire series,
one of the most shallow games of the year,
it doesn't even come close to what was established before. And it makes me completely shake in my boots to think what the next game could possibly be. Oh my god, what are they going to do? What the hell are they going to do?
Sonic 2 HD.
Oh my god. Oh my god. No, I won't be surprised if Sega just fires Sonic Team and then makes Christian Whitehead Sonic Team 2. Hashtag Sonic Team 2, baby. Fire Izuka.
Oh yeah, because that's what we need. Sega controlling more fucking people. It's not like they already have a big enough staff that they don't do anything with anyway.
Right. But yeah, if you want more of my impressions on Sonic Forces, because go watch the post impression video, because I already talked about everything that I wanted to. All I'm gonna say is that it wasn't as good as Generations, and this game has no right to be as shallow and not great as it is. Even though it has redeeming qualities about it, it's my most disappointing game of 2017. All right, your turn.
It's my turn. For me, the most disappointing game is one I'm
This is gonna be
playing
easy.
in the last week, being Marvel
Xenoblade
vs.
2.
Capcom Infinite.
Boy,
Xenoblade 2 is
oh
great.
boy.
There are so many things wrong with Infinite, though. It's probably the ugliest fighting game I've ever seen, and that's
Absolutely.
that's hard.
Given the fact that this
Oh,
game
hold on.
was released,
Pre-patch, Street Fighter V comes pretty close.
Yeah, but at least the Street Fighter V models were all new and built for that game and its lighting. They just ripped most of the models from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which is a heavily stylized game. That it goes for the comic art style, like really hardcore, and with all the crazy lighting and stuff on the characters, you just copy paste those models and put them in something else. It looks disgusting. And what do you know? It looked disgusting. But just the game.
didn't they take out all the good cell shading effects?
Yeah. It's basically.
They took out the comic book part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty ugly. The game itself plays pretty alright. It's pretty fun. I'm not gonna deny that. But the character roster. I have never been so disappointed by Capcom. Their roster. It's like, man, all but one of the characters, because in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I played as 3 different people, and all but one of the characters I played as and mained is gone. And there's just this heavy emphasis on the Marvel side for some reason. Like, with all the DLCs so far, if you look at the character select screen, it's really ugly because it's like split right down the middle, but one Marvel character leeches over into the Capcom side. And then the choices they made for the characters, there's not a single X-Men character at all. They're all gone. They cut fan favorite staples of the series, like Tron Bonne is gone.
Don't forget that the X-Men wasn't necessarily their fault. Let me make clear. Capcom got fucked. It was all Marvel being a piece of shit to them. Now,
Yeah.
that doesn't explain why some characters look like shit and some don't. But Marvel fucked Capcom in the ass.
It also doesn't fully explain the pretty crappy selection of Capcom characters either. Where's Phoenix Wright? Where's who else?
Amaterasu.
Yeah, where's Amaterasu? Where are all these characters that people loved and wanted to see again? But no, we can have Firebrand back. Everyone's favorite character. It's just disappointing. Don't even get me started on the story mode. I'll save that for that commentary.
Yeah, when we eventually go over all your complaints. When
Yeah.
we commentate over the story mode of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Yeah.
Which, why do all story modes of fighting games have to suck?
At least they learned something from Street Fighter V's launch, in that the story mode was actually shipped with the game.
Ugh.
But they still
Well,
didn't
yeah.
learn enough from Street Fighter V's launch.
Oh my god. Street Fighter V story mode, Marvel vs. Capcom story mode sucked, Tekken 7
Yeah.
story mode sucked.
They
Hey.
all suck. But let's move on to something not negative now.
Right, let's take a look at our top 1 games of 2017. Alright,
All right,
Brent,
you know
go.
what? You ready for this? dead ass serious.
What?
I said I'm dead ass serious.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Pause for effect. Persona 5.
Okay.
Shut up.
No, I'm dead serious. It is my favorite game of the year, but without a doubt has left me the most upset about it.
Man,
Okay then.
I'm so
Are you serious?
confused.
So am I. Let's
You
just-
must have been a very disappointed child this year.
We are
Oh
talk-
yeah. Oh okay. All right. No, yeah. Because my choices are Sonic Forces. Yeah, no. Sonic Pandering. Fuck that.
Okay.
What else we got? Battlefront 2. Yeah. Okay. What else? PUBG. Oh man. Fuck yeah. What else?
Count.
The Legend of Zelda. We made the engine really fucking good, and then forgot about the story and every other part of the game. So fuck it. DLC.
Let's move
Mario
on.
64.
Let's
So-
move on
so-
before you piss
the
off
whole-
literally everyone.
No, no, no,
Man,
no,
they're
no,
all
no,
fat.
no.
Fuck 'em.
Let this man fucking finish. Let this man
No.
finish.
Listen. Everyone has their likes and dislikes. The only reason I'm so upset is that I can't have a game that I think is disappointing but still like, and
I'm
yet you
not
can
stopping you.
split. Oh yeah, because Splatoon 2 was great. Mm.
Hey, that game is really good.
Yeah, and so is fucking Infinite Warfare. But just because it's space, everyone fucking hates it.
Did you like Call of Duty World War II?
Yeah, I mean it's boring, but that every other game Call of Duty that's been on the ground is boring.
Well,
People are
let's-
just realizing that now.
So your most disappointed game. So I guess since you ripped Persona 5 a new one, I guess
Let's-
now you have to praise it for 2 minutes.
We've
What?
already
No,
said
I-
more than enough about
I-
Persona 5 this discussion.
My point is that it
So
comes
instead of this video being a best and worst games of 2017, it's just a Persona 5 discussion video.
Basically.
No, it's over. No, it's over.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
I'm
move
done.
on from the Persona.
Yeah, I was done. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything else.
Okay.
Go.
Richard,
All right,
you're-
so we're done. Now we're just getting started, baby. Okay.
Oh yeah, okay.
My
No.
best-
Instead of a Persona 5 rant, we got to hear Richard fucking suck Sonic's dick for 30 minutes. See ya. Fuck this shit. Yeah, whatever. Shut the fuck up.
My best game of 2017. It was the game that I stood up till midnight to play, and then I played it, and then I played it, and then I played it some more. Sonic Mania. Oh my god.
Sonic, we didn't want to make an actual game. so we
Okay.
cut
Okay.
games.
Okay. I will give you that the game isn't the most
Shallow.
original.
And is the
The
most
game-
fucking nostalgia pandering game in the world. Next to the
Right.
Insane Trilogy.
But the game is nostalgia pandering to the nth degree.
But it's okay when it's done correctly.
treaded
That's not
territory.
when Sonic 2
It-
does it. Exactly.
it's-
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Most of it is treaded before. Granted with a
All
whole
of
bunch
it.
of like new gimmicks and whatnot.
Yeah, okay.
But despite all of that, if you take that away, the game's design and the levels and control and the music, all of it just comes together so wonderfully,
is.
so addictively. So it's just so playable and replayable. I could play this game right now after this video is done, do a complete playthrough, and then pick it up right again and just do another playthrough.
It
The
is-
only other games that I've been able to do that with are, go figure, Sonic 2 and 3.
Sonic Mania is the only Sonic game that every single aspect of its development was done with love.
I completely agree. I love how this game was done by fans. It's been done by people who understand what this fan base wants and needs, and it was done by people who care so much. They care so much about this thing.
But now I gotta ask. So, for people at home listening, I had a conversation with these two at lunch one time before.
God!
I was talking about
He even
Sonic.
likes
Get
Sonic.
the fuck out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Oh my god, stop killing me! Get the fuck out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft!
Who the hell said that Sonic Mania is good?
I'm fucking dying.
Okay.
Anyway, don't edit that out. That was the most perfectly timed fucking thing of my life.
Can't edit that out.
Anyway. Oh, fuck. ladies and gentlemen sitting at home, if you don't know, Sonic 2 HD was just continued, and when I mentioned how good it looked to Richard and Austin, they both said, "Yeah, but I think they should just kill it and should have stayed dead because it's a fan game."
What? When?
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that either.
I said no bullshit. I fucking told you. I said Sonic 2 HD. And you said it doesn't look that interesting. Yeah, it should.
I said that it didn't look as good as everybody was saying, but I didn't say that it
I've
should
never
die.
had anything but praise for Sonic 2 HD.
I'm fucking.
I mean, to me, Sonic 2 HD looks a bit too flashy. And I'm not talking about like flashy, like Persona 5 flashy. I'm looking like it looks like a Flash game.
And Mania does it.
No, Mania looks like a Saturn game.
No, Mania.
Like whenever I see Sonic 2 HD, I think of there was this game that it was called like Tales of Nightmare 3 or whatever. I think of that when I see the animation in Sonic 2 HD.
The most fucking obscure reference I've ever heard in my life.
do you know what I'm talking about, though?
No, I don't. But
look it up.
Alright,
look it up. The animation looks exactly the same. But
from now on, I need to start keeping a fucking pocket recorder with me. Record every fucking thing I ever say.
But you know, you see, the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't care that Sonic Mania is a fan game that costs $20, even though it isn't. Even though it isn't. So
what you're telling me is it's not okay when Sonic Team nostalgia panders like they did in Generations, because they were overdoing it and they can't do that anymore. They have to make their own games. But when someone else does it, it's perfectly fucking fine.
But the thing is that taking Sonic Mania into context, what do we have here? We have a new console 2D Sonic game. After Sonic
It's not a real Sonic game. It's not made by Sega.
After Sonic 4.
Yes, Austin?
To be fair.
To be fair, Mania did more original things than Generation did.
And you know what? Mania did more original things than Sonic 4 did too.
Okay, then you know what? Then here you go. It's just I'm not gonna go on a rant about it again. Just comparing it. It's like Persona 5. It comes so close to being its own thing, and then just fucks it all up.
But even when it's not being its own thing, the redesigned levels are so much fun
The
to play
nostalgia
through.
pandering is so fun to play through. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So it's okay when they nostalgia pander, but not when Sega does it. I got you.
Generations
nobody's complained about Generations.
was a fun game. Generations was a fun game despite the nostalgia.
If you go back and listen to any commentary about that, you listen to Some Call Me Johnny, Brain Scratch Comps, Hellfire, every single review of that game is the nostalgia pandering's okay, but they can't do this anymore. Every single review says that. And it's something I agree with.
Right.
But then they did it and everyone loved it, and it's okay. Right, exactly.
Right, because this game is just so good, I'm willing to swallow one more round of nostalgia pandering in order to enjoy it.
And then when they do it again, it'll be okay, just like it is now, right?
What I want after Sonic Mania is a completely original 2D Sonic game, like they wanted to make before Izuku was like, "Yeah, fuck you, make it nostalgia pandering."
If they make another Mania,
that's another thing. That's another thing that I like about this game. It shows such promise for this series again. We can have the experimental dimension, I guess now, of the 3D games, which, you know, that can be made by Sonic Team. And we can have the traditional, but still very well designed, consistently fun 2D Sonic games made by Pagoda West and the Taxman and the Stealth Team. This game shows so much promise for what a future 2D Sonic game could be. And even then, without all that promise of just being nostalgia pandering, the game is still so good. It is such a brilliant love letter to the classic era, to that era of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. And on top of being a super fun, replayable game that I can go back and play again and again and again, I have not replayed a single game this entire year. Sonic Mania, I played 12 times over, and I can still replay again and again and again, because it's just so good. No game has made me do that this year. Not a single one.
You mean a game that, not your 90th replay of 7 years.
You're cutting out.
You're cutting out.
I'm cutting out. I'm done. This game's fucking amazing. Game of the year.
Okay. So is it my turn now?
Yes.
Xenoblade 2, I'm fucking. Oh,
What?
if it's
Not
Xenoblade 2,
Xenoblade 2.
I'm ending the call.
It's gonna be
Xenoblade 2
Odyssey.
is way up there. And for a while it was Persona 5. And it is taking
If you say it's
of,
Cuphead,
it's taken a lot of debating to figure this out.
All right, hold on. Let me get my angry engines revving here. Hold up. All right, let's do it.
My favorite game this year was the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on
Get
Switch.
the
what the hell?
No, it's
Wow, are
Odyssey.
you kidding me?
It's Odyssey.
Okay. All right.
All right,
Good.
I actually left the call, but wasn't.
It's Odyssey.
It was Odyssey. Okay, that was predictable.
Okay.
It was, yeah, it's predictable. That's, yeah, okay.
But there's a reason for that, so go ahead.
I mean, there's Odyssey is just such, it's so good. That's a terrible way of putting it, but like,
I had a
Launch
50-page essay on Persona 5 of how it's my favorite game, but also the most disappointing. I had an angry rant with Richard, and then you're just like,
No,
it's good.
Brent,
End of the video.
Brent, you had a 50-page essay about why it's the most... Then you just wrote paragraphs like, oh yeah, it's good, and I like it, and 2017 sucked, bye.
but regardless, like, the world of Mario Odyssey is just, I just have so much fun exploring it, and something I couldn't do with Breath of the Wild especially, because Breath of the Wild was also really good, but I didn't enjoy it as much, is that Breath of the Wild, if I pop it in, I would want to completely restart, because I can't just jump in, run around for a bit, and do a thing in Breath of the Wild. I just wind up walking around bored for 10 minutes and switching the game I play. Mario Odyssey, just running around and jumping on things is fun.
So what you're saying is that the game is denser than Zelda.
I would think so,
It's
even
more
if-
it's more tightly packed in terms of content.
Yeah. And there's just, I mean, they're both two different beasts. But like, when the launch day Mario Odyssey, I streamed that game for 6 hours straight. I had so much fun with it, and I even though I haven't played it a bit because I've been so busy and distracted with other games, I can and will continue to go back to it for who knows how long and find more things. And even if, like, the one complaint that a lot of people have is that a lot of the moons aren't very rewarding, but it's so perfectly designed to play in handheld for like 10-15 minutes at a time. I can just pull my Switch out in the car, run around, get a moon or two, put it in sleep mode, and pick it up again some other time many hours down the road. And the game looks amazing. It sounds amazing.
Kate Higgins is a babe with a beautiful voice.
There's just so much to love about the game that I had to make it my number one.
So what you're saying is that you're basically every single game magazine ever this year.
No, most of them did Breath of the Wild.
Okay, fine. Half of them did Breath of the Wild, the other half.
But there
The
were
other
so
half of
many.
Persona 5.
But there were so many games that were that close to being my game of the year. Xenoblade 2 almost had it. Persona 5 had it for most of the year. Breath of the Wild had it until Persona 5 came out.
Cuphead had it for 5 minutes until the fan base destroyed it.
Yeah, basically. So much good this year. It's so many great games. It's so hard to pick.
So, yeah. I feel like we should have ended with my Sonic Mania because I would have made it for the 19th discussion, but there's really nothing else to discuss here.
Yeah.
So all I have to say is
Tune-
that all I have to say is that you are all wrong, and Sonic Mania was the best game of the year. Fuck you, I'm out.
You need to tune into my channel for my 90-minute episode on why I think Persona 5 is not as good as 4. I'm not joking. I plan on actually doing that.
Okay.
Well, I plan on actually doing a critical analysis of it,
To
not necessarily just shitting on it.
To quote Buzz Lightyear, you're a sad little.
Says the guy who makes basic white girl Snapchat videos of him and his dog.
My dog is the fucking prettiest pug. I'll come over to your house and fight you right now, and then I'll take a copy of Cowboy Bebop. What do you think about that? Huh? Huh?
And then you're gonna drive home and get your Starbucks and your Uggs.
Anyway, 2017 was a year, and here's
There aren't even any games coming out in 2018
Right.
that are interesting.
Here-
I don't.
here's-
Brent.
we don't know any of them yet, but regardless, here is to
What?
us uploading more than 5 videos in 2018.
Brent, just
That'll
just
be the day.
you got to end off this video. You got to say with your opinion is fine until it
Until it
contradicts
offends
mine.
Offense! Oh my! I'm out. Fuck this video.
Alright. Goodbye.